Good morning. I'm Christine Guevara.
And I'm Kate Curtis.
And this is CRU Weekly.
We caught up with some of our Gorman community to talk about this special day.
How do you celebrate Martin Luther King Day?
Celebrating the life and legacy of Dr. King is when the community comes together and look at what's good about us for hope and help of each other, and that we take a time where we look beyond our differences and see how we can come together to lift, lead, and guide what's good about America. Dr. King was more than a black hero, a civil rights hero. Dr. King was an American hero, where black and white and green and red and striped, tall and small, could all come together and live a dream of prosperity, a dream of unity in the community, a dream of brotherhood in the neighborhood. So we all come together and we march. March for what? 50 years later, we're marching. We're marching to remember where we were. We're marching to remember where we are. We're marching to look forward to what we can be as American citizens.
And what do you think about Black Lives Matter and similar movements today?
Very good question. I want to be very clear about the issue. All lives matter. White lives matter. Black lives matter. Here's why I say that. If God created the black man, and God created the white man, and God created the yellow, the brown, and the red man, and God breathed the breath of life into all of us, then all lives matter. Yes, disproportionately, sometimes things happen in the minority community that shouldn't happen and should come to the forefront, that those lives matter. But there are other things that happen in other communities. And so we must understand that as people of God, and a school of God, and a country of God, all lives matter.
And can you tell us the story of how you met Martin Luther King?
Yes, I was in the orphanage. I was in foster care for 18 years, 14 foster homes, 2 reformatory schools. And on one occasion, I was a little boy. It must have been 1962, they were about maybe 7, 8 years old. And they took a group of us orphans, I don't know how it was orchestrated, at the Calvary Baptist Church in San Diego, California. Dr. King was speaking that afternoon. And as we were coming through the back, Dr. King was coming up the hall, and he saw me, and he looked at me, and he put his hands on my head and said, "Something special about you," and he kept going. And that's how I met Dr. King.
Wow, that's a great story. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
This past Saturday, our Crusaderettes dance team held a clinic for young girls and taught them a small routine.
The routine will be performed at halftime during January 19th's basketball game.
So what are you excited about for this clinic?
Well, I'm really excited to just be able to dance with all the kids and hopefully reach a larger audience and bring people in so they know about the dance team and want to eventually join in.
And is this the dance team's first clinic?
No, we had a clinic before and we had a really good turnout and the dance was really fun. We danced to Taylor Swift. So we're just hoping for the same thing this year, and it's a really good fundraiser for us, and we're just hoping everyone has a great time.
So when is the performance?
It's going to be January 19th at the Grace halftime show here at home. So come out and watch.
Thank you.
Mr. Broadus about the technology updates, and we caught up about the building updates. Mr. Broadus, could you tell us about the technology update in the school?
Yes, we recently purchased 17 27-inch iMacs for the computer lab. Those will be set up soon. And we also purchased 40 MacBook Airs for employees, and those will be deployed soon as well.
Okay, and how do the iMacs compare to what's in the computer lab already?
Well, you get the Apple Retina screen, and these are much faster processors and more memory.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
So here we have the girls' locker room, the showers. Can't really see in there, but there's individual showers. The weight room. The girls' coach's office. We'll take you through it. Here's where the girls' coach's office will be. Alright. And then the weight room again. And then the training room is that room. So yeah, here's the dance room. Give you perspective. Here we have the alumni room. Sit in here, watch the games, probably soccer games, maybe. Here we have the football locker room. Showers back there. Have some lockers soon. Quite big.
Today I'm with Mr. Schinover asking him about some new safety measures that Gorman is implementing. Mr. Schinover, what new safety regulations is Gorman putting into the system?
Well, we're in the process of going over our whole safety program and looking for ways to improve it. I think every school should have the goal, and I know they do, we do here at Bishop Gorman, the safety and security of our students has to be utmost. So we're looking at things we can improve on. I can tell you right now we've already made some improvement, like for example the LED lighting that we're installing in the parking lots and the buildings. That's an upgrade from what we used to have, but it's better illumination and it's for safer areas at nighttime. We've also began posting extra employees down in front of the chapel on those days when students are going to be attending Mass. So it's a process going through, and we're calling in policemen from the Tyler Police Department to get their views. We actually had one policeman go on a tour with us and look at ways not only that we could improve, but give us ideas that other schools are using so we could employ them.
And what new rules are you setting to stop thefts at Gorman?
We did have a theft occur on Gorman, and some of the steps we're looking at taking is, number one, making sure our video cameras are in good position, and do we need some more? We were fortunate we were able to identify this last perpetrator from the video. The other thing we're looking at is going over all exits and entrances to see which ones should be primary, which ones should be secondary.
What new rules is the administration setting for Gorman?
I think Ms. Perry will be getting back with all the parents and students real soon on the new rules we'll have. And it'll be comprehensive because I know she's very interested in our safety here at Gorman. One thing I would like to add, and I hope to do this soon, is have the actual police officer who handles the beat, which would be called to Gorman in case something happened. Have him come out and take a little tour so he can get familiar with where places are on the campus. You know, if we say there's a problem in our library, is he going to know where we're even talking about? So that's kind of one of the things on tap sooner, and there'll be other new ideas we look at.
Great, thank you, Mr. Schinover.